Life is messy, unpredictable, and often unforgiving. In the swirl of chaos and pressure, we search for meaning, stability, and guidance, yet find ourselves repeatedly confronting failure, confusion, or moral ambiguity. Jordan B. Peterson, a clinical psychologist and professor, challenges us to confront these fundamental truths, offering a framework for navigating life's complexity with discipline, responsibility, and purpose. His book, 12 Rules for Life, is not a simple self-help manual. It is a deep exploration of human nature, psychology, and societal dynamics distilled into practical, actionable principles. Peterson begins by asserting that life is not inherently fair. Chaos and suffering exist for all of us, regardless of status, talent, or circumstance. Yet, amidst this reality, individuals can choose to act responsibly, pursue meaning, and cultivate resilience, creating lives that matter despite uncertainty. This is the central thesis. Meaning arises from responsibility, structured action, and ethical engagement with the world, rather than from entitlement, comfort, or avoidance of hardship. If you love powerful, insightful, and life-changing books, then you found the right channel. Every week, we break down the ideas that transform mindsets, elevate success, and shift lives. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you'll want to catch every book we review. Let's continue. Rule 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. The first lesson is deceptively simple, but profoundly foundational. Your posture reflects and reinforces your psychological state. Jordan B. Peterson, a clinical psychologist and professor, challenges us to confront these fundamental truths, offering a framework for navigating life's complexity with discipline, responsibility, and purpose. His book, 12 Rules for Life, is not a simple self-help manual. It is a deep exploration of human nature, psychology, and societal dynamics distilled into practical, actionable principles. Peterson begins by asserting that life is not inherently fair. Chaos and suffering exist for all of us, regardless of status, talent, or circumstance. Yet, amidst this reality, individuals can choose to act responsibly, pursue meaning, and cultivate resilience, creating lives that matter despite uncertainty. This is the central thesis. Meaning arises from responsibility, structured action, and ethical engagement with the world, rather than from entitlement, comfort, or avoidance of hardship. If you love powerful, insightful, and life-changing books, then you found the right channel. Every week, we break down the ideas that transform mindsets, elevate success, and shift lives. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you'll want to catch every book we review. Let's continue. Rule 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. The first lesson is deceptively simple, but profoundly foundational. Your posture reflects and reinforces your psychological state. Peterson draws on the behavior of lobsters, whose dominance hierarchies mirror human social structures, to illustrate that confidence, assertiveness, and self-respect are essential for navigating social and professional hierarchies. Oprah Winfrey, despite early life adversity, cultivated confidence and presence in every space she entered. Her posture, both physical and psychological, projected authority, resilience, and credibility, allowing her to navigate challenges and build influence. In Japan, entrepreneurs in competitive business environments deliberately cultivate a demeanor of composed confidence to signal competence and reliability. Peterson emphasizes that standing tall is not vanity. It is a behavioral signal that impacts how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. This principle underscores a broader lesson. Taking responsibility for your own life begins with claiming personal space and asserting presence, both literally and figuratively. By doing so, you initiate a positive feedback loop. Confidence breeds opportunity, which fosters further confidence and growth. Rule 2. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Peterson observes that people often treat others with care and attention, but neglect themselves, failing to take responsibility for their own well-being. He urges readers to adopt the same compassion, diligence, and accountability toward themselves as they would for someone they truly care about. LeBron James maintains meticulous personal care, nutrition, and mental preparation, treating himself as a high-priority responsibility, to maximize performance and longevity. In Scandinavia, countries like Sweden and Norway emphasize personal well-being alongside societal responsibility, teaching individuals from a young age to care for themselves as a foundation for caring for others. This lesson is intertwined with Rule 1. Self-respect and structured self-care are prerequisites for navigating life effectively. Neglecting oneself leads to chaos, poor decision-making, and vulnerability, whereas intentional self-care creates a stable platform for growth, responsibility, and meaningful contribution. Rule 3. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Peterson emphasizes the profound influence of social environment. He argues that the people you surround yourself with either elevate you or pull you down. Associating with individuals who encourage growth, honesty, and responsibility cultivates similar traits within oneself. Steve Jobs, during his early career, strategically aligned with creative, ambitious colleagues who challenged him to innovate and push boundaries. This network became a catalyst for groundbreaking achievement. In Kenya, social entrepreneur networks foster collaboration among purpose-driven individuals, demonstrating how supportive relationships amplify success and societal impact. This lesson is built on the first two rules. Self-respect and self-care are complemented by carefully curated social networks, creating an ecosystem that supports personal growth and ethical action. Rule 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Peterson warns against the trap of constant social comparison, which fuels resentment, envy, and stagnation. Progress should be measured internally, your growth relative to your own past self, not the external success of others. Consider Michael Phelps, who focused obsessively on surpassing his personal bests rather than obsessing over competitors' achievements. This internalized benchmark drove sustained improvement and record-breaking performance. In India, IT professionals often cultivate personal learning metrics to navigate fast-changing technological landscapes, focusing on self-improvement rather than direct comparison to peers. The broader lesson: sustainable growth requires internal benchmarks, self-reflection, and incremental improvement, avoiding the toxicity of envy and the paralysis of comparison. This naturally builds confidence, accountability, and a long-term growth mindset. Rule 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Peterson turns attention to family and parenting, emphasizing discipline and structured guidance as essential for development. Children and adults require boundaries to learn responsibility, self-control, and social competence. Failing to enforce limits fosters resentment, poor habits, and social dysfunction. Parenting programs in the U.S. that emphasize consistent boundaries and positive reinforcement have shown success in reducing adolescent delinquency and promoting long-term life satisfaction. In Nordic countries, parenting frameworks balance freedom with responsibility, demonstrating that structured guidance, paired with empathy, produces resilient, socially competent individuals. This principle extends beyond parenting. Life itself rewards self-discipline and structured engagement, and teaching these habits early ensures personal and social stability, reinforcing the prior lessons about self-respect, responsibility, and growth. Rule 7. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Peterson asserts that before attempting to change society, influence others, or correct perceived injustices, you must first organize and correct your own life. This rule emphasizes personal responsibility and introspection over blame or projection. Abraham Lincoln navigated immense political turbulence while maintaining personal discipline and reflection, enabling him to lead a fractured nation effectively. In Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew focused on personal and administrative discipline, ensuring that his government's actions reflected structured efficiency and ethical standards before projecting policies onto society. The lesson: personal order and accountability are prerequisites for meaningful action in the wider world. Without self-mastery, attempts to reform external systems often fail or lead to hypocrisy. Rule 8. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Peterson asserts that truth is the foundation of integrity, stability, and resilience. Lies, even seemingly minor ones, destabilize personal identity, relationships, and society. Speaking truth is not merely ethical, it aligns reality with action, reduces chaos, and strengthens trust in both personal and professional spheres. Edward Snowden made a controversial choice to reveal government surveillance practices. While polarizing, his decision reflects Peterson's point. Truth-telling carries risk, but it preserves integrity and aligns one with reality. In India, whistleblowers exposing corruption often face personal risk, yet their commitment to truth fosters societal accountability and reform, demonstrating the global applicability of this principle. This rule connects directly with the earlier lesson on personal order. Speaking truth strengthens self-mastery and ethical consistency, ensuring that one's influence is grounded in authenticity rather than deception. Rule 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. Peterson encourages humility, curiosity, and active listening as critical tools for growth. Recognizing that others hold perspectives or knowledge that may surpass our own opens pathways to learning, collaboration, and problem-solving. Elon Musk is known for deeply listening to engineers and specialists across Tesla and SpaceX, often learning insights that shape revolutionary products. His success demonstrates the value of acknowledging and integrating others' expertise.
In Rwanda, post-genocide reconciliation efforts relied on listening to diverse community perspectives, allowing leaders and citizens to rebuild trust, society, and governance. The lesson builds on rules 1 to 8. Truth, humility, and curiosity are necessary complements to integrity and responsibility, fostering both personal growth and collective improvement. Rule 10. Be precise in your speech. Clarity in communication is not merely about articulation. It is about defining problems, identifying responsibility, and aligning actions with reality. Peterson argues that vague or evasive language leads to chaos, unresolved conflict, and misaligned behavior. In corporate leadership, figures like Sheryl Sandberg advocate for clear communication to ensure accountability, mitigate misunderstandings, and drive effective action. The United Nations peacekeeping missions emphasize precise language in negotiations, as ambiguity can escalate conflicts and prolong suffering. Peterson links this rule to prior lessons. Clear articulation of problems is critical for ethical, purposeful, and meaningful action, whether in personal, professional, or societal contexts. Rule 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. This rule, while metaphorical, emphasizes the importance of risk-taking and resilience. Shielding individuals from all challenges deprives them of growth, self-reliance, and courage. Peterson highlights that adversity, challenge, and manageable risk are essential for building competence and confidence. The rise of Silicon Valley entrepreneurship demonstrates that calculated risk-taking fosters innovation and resilience. Many tech founders, such as Reid Hoffman, embraced early uncertainty and potential failure as essential learning experiences. In South Africa, youth leadership programs encourage participants to tackle challenging projects despite risks, instilling resilience, problem-solving skills, and personal accountability. This lesson complements earlier rules. Embracing challenge and adversity develops competence, strengthens character, and prepares individuals to pursue meaningful goals, integrating self-respect, discipline, and ethical engagement. The interconnection of self-respect, discipline, and relationships. The first 6 rules, standing tall, treating yourself responsibly, choosing supportive relationships, measuring growth against your own standards, teaching discipline, and setting your house in order, establish a foundation of personal integrity and competence. They are not simply about individual achievement, but about preparing oneself to engage with life meaningfully and ethically. Barack Obama's leadership exemplifies this synergy. His disciplined approach to personal habits, reflective mindset, and investment in meaningful relationships provided the foundation to navigate political, social, and personal challenges effectively. In Germany, leaders like Angela Merkel combined personal discipline, strategic decision-making, and strong relationships to lead with credibility and resilience. Her methodical, principled approach demonstrates the importance of a structured personal foundation in achieving influence and impact. The lesson is clear: self-respect, discipline, and relational alignment form the scaffolding for growth, purpose, and ethical action, enabling the successful integration of the subsequent rules. Meaning, truth, and purpose. Rules 7 through 10, pursuing what is meaningful, telling the truth, listening actively, and being precise in speech, focus on cognitive, ethical, and strategic engagement with the world. They extend personal responsibility into the moral and intellectual domain. Meaning over convenience ensures that short-term impulses do not derail long-term growth. Truth-telling preserves integrity and aligns action with reality. Active listening fosters learning, humility, and collaboration. Precise in speech enables clarity, accountability, and problem-solving. Elon Musk leverages these principles when navigating innovation at SpaceX and Tesla. Pursuing long-term missions, meaning, challenging assumptions, truth, learning from experts, listening, and clearly articulating visions, precision, enable him to push boundaries while managing enormous complexity. Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh embodies these principles by pursuing social entrepreneurship, meaning, speaking candidly about systemic poverty, truth, engaging stakeholders, listening, and clearly defining microfinance solutions, precision.
The lesson: ethical and purposeful cognition amplifies personal and social impact, allowing individuals to influence systems while remaining anchored in responsibility and values. Resilience through challenge and adversity. Rules 11 and 12, embracing risk and adversity and practicing mindfulness, focus on resilience, adaptability, and presence. Life is inherently unpredictable, and suffering is unavoidable. Peterson emphasizes that growth, competence, and fulfillment are cultivated not in comfort, but in confrontation with challenge. American example? During the 2008 financial crisis, entrepreneurs in the U.S. tech sector navigated unprecedented uncertainty by embracing risk and turning adversity into opportunity. Companies like Airbnb and Uber emerged stronger due to calculated risk-taking and adaptability. Global example? In Rwanda, post-genocide youth initiatives demonstrate resilience by transforming societal trauma into leadership, education, and social impact. Facing adversity intentionally cultivates competence, character, and social contribution. Rule 12 reinforces these lessons by reminding us that mindfulness and appreciation of the small, grounding moments, even amidst suffering, sustains psychological resilience and emotional health. Whether it's pausing to pet a cat or reflecting on a small achievement, these practices mitigate burnout and reinforce clarity. The broader lesson: resilience is built through structured engagement with risk, disciplined action, and conscious mindfulness, allowing individuals to thrive in an uncertain and often chaotic world. The holistic impact of the 12 rules. When integrated, the 12 rules form a cohesive blueprint for life. 1. Foundation of self-respect and competence. Rules 1 through 6 cultivate personal order, discipline, and relational alignment. 2. Ethical and cognitive alignment. Rules 7 through 10 focus on meaningful pursuit, truth, listening, and clarity, guiding how one engages with the world. 3. Resilience and mindfulness. Rules 11 and 12 emphasize navigating adversity, embracing risk, and finding grounding in small, meaningful moments. Together, these rules promote mature responsibility, purposeful engagement, and enduring fulfillment. They provide a roadmap to act ethically, prioritize long-term meaning, cultivate competence, and build strong relationships, all while navigating inevitable suffering. Application in modern life. Peterson's rules are highly relevant in today's rapidly changing, high-pressure world. Professionals navigating remote work, competitive environments, and social media pressures must integrate discipline, Rule 1, self-care, Rule 2, supportive networks, Rule 3, and mindfulness, Rule 12, to sustain performance and well-being. Students in India and China navigating competitive educational systems leverage personal responsibility, self-discipline, and pursuit of meaningful goals to overcome systemic challenges. Activists globally, like Malala Yousafzai and Greta Thunberg, apply Rules 7 through 10 by prioritizing long-term impact over convenience, advocating truthfully, learning from diverse voices, and communicating precisely, illustrating how Peterson's principles scale from personal to societal influence. These examples demonstrate that Peterson's rules are not abstract philosophical musings. They are actionable, adaptable, and globally applicable frameworks for living responsibly and meaningfully. The interplay of personal and social responsibility. A key insight from Part 3 is that personal growth and social contribution are inseparable. Developing self-respect, discipline, and resilience equips individuals to contribute ethically, influence society, and leave a lasting legacy. The rules consistently reinforce that your life cannot be measured in isolation. Its quality is determined by both personal integrity and the impact you have on others. Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, combined disciplined personal conduct, mindfulness, and ethical engagement to impact millions of children and families. Wangari Maathai built systemic social and environmental impact by aligning personal values, resilience, and responsibility with societal contributions. The lesson is profound. Meaningful life and positive social impact are mutually reinforcing. Personal development enhances societal contribution, and engagement with the world in turn strengthens personal growth. From theory to action, implementing the rules daily. Peterson emphasizes that knowledge alone is insufficient. The transformative power lies in consistent application in the small daily actions that align with values and long-term goals. 1. Begin with personal order and self-respect. Stand tall, maintain discipline, and care for yourself. Small habits, waking up early, maintaining posture, and following through on commitments compound over time to shape identity and competence. 2. Curate your environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage growth and integrity. Both American and global research supports that social networks profoundly influence behavior, motivation, and resilience. 3. Pursue meaning over convenience. Align daily work, relationships, and decisions with long-term purpose. Even small acts of courage, honesty, and ethical behavior reinforce this alignment. 4. Embrace adversity and mindfulness. Life will always present challenges beyond your control. Accept them, learn from them, and find grounding in the small, positive moments that sustain psychological resilience. American example. During the pandemic, professionals who combined discipline, purpose-driven work, and mindfulness sustained mental health and productivity despite unprecedented stress. Global example. Entrepreneurs in post-conflict regions, such as Rwanda and Afghanistan, balance adversity with purpose-driven innovation, illustrating the universality of Peterson's guidance. The lesson? Life is a continual series of choices and actions, and the quality of these choices determines fulfillment, resilience, and impact. The role of integrity and truth. Throughout the 12 rules, integrity and truth act as the linchpins. Personal order, relationships, and resilience are all contingent on alignment with reality and ethical conduct. Deception, whether to oneself or to others, corrodes identity, relationships, and long-term fulfillment.
Corporate scandals, such as Enron or Wells Fargo, illustrate the destructive power of compromising integrity. Short-term gains were eclipsed by long-term collapse, personal loss, and societal harm. In South Korea, whistleblowers exposing corruption in large corporations face adversity, yet their truth-telling preserves systemic accountability,
showing that integrity is critical for societal well-being as well as personal fulfillment. Peterson's principle is universal. Truth is not merely moral, it is strategic. It aligns action with reality, strengthens resilience, and builds trust, forming the foundation for both personal and societal success. Legacy and meaningful impact. Ultimately, the measure of life is not external accolades or material wealth. It is the quality of relationships, the courage to act meaningfully, and the ethical imprint left on the world. Peterson repeatedly underscores that deliberate action, responsibility, and integrity cultivate a life that matters. Fred Rogers leveraged his disciplined, compassionate approach to impact millions, leaving a legacy of empathy and emotional literacy. Wangari Maathai's dedication to environmental sustainability and social justice created systemic, lasting change for communities worldwide. The lesson? Legacy is built through consistent ethical action, meaningful engagement, and relationships nurtured over time. Each choice, each act of courage or kindness contributes to the broader arc of influence that endures beyond individual life. Applied consistently, these rules empower individuals to act courageously, live meaningfully, and leave a positive legacy. They provide a scaffold to thrive not only personally, but socially, morally, and globally. From Oprah Winfrey to Greta Thunberg, from Elon Musk to Wangari Maathai, illustrate that Peterson's principles transcend culture, geography, and circumstance, providing universal guidance for responsible, purposeful living. Final reflection. Life is difficult. Chaos is inevitable. Suffering is unavoidable. But 12 Rules for Life offers a compass for navigating these realities. Through self-respect, discipline, ethical conduct, pursuit of meaning, and mindful resilience, individuals can create lives that matter, build positive influence, and leave enduring legacies. The book's enduring promise is that your life is yours to measure, and the 12 rules are tools for ensuring that your measure reflects courage, integrity, responsibility, and purpose. Every choice, how you stand, speak, relate, and act, shapes the arc of your life. In following these principles, you are not merely surviving life's chaos, you are shaping it into a life of meaning, impact, and fulfillment. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and join us for more wisdom that fuels growth.